Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Let's take a look at a video.
The biggest problem with the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception is that it's just not taught in the Bible. You see, if you just read the Bible, you never would have come up with this idea. If you had never heard another person tell you this, if you had never heard these Catholic arguments in favor of it, if you had never went to a church that taught this thing, you never would have had the idea that Mary was sinless. It doesn't come from the Bible. Rather, it comes from the Catholic Church.
So I think this is a valid criticism. And I think it's valid because it's highlighting the way that dogmas develop. It's pointing out that you don't get to the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception by just reading the Bible in an otherwise unmediated way. There's no way to get from the Bible directly to the Immaculate Conception. There are a series of intermediate doctrinal or dogmatic decisions that must get you there. In other words, the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception is the end result of the accumulation of a bunch of doctrinal or dogmatic decisions. And so you need those to serve as a foundation upon which the Immaculate Conception may stand, because otherwise it cannot stand. But what this creator does not realize is that the exact same thing is true of the Trinity. This is a doctrine that developed through a series of doctrinal or dogmatic decisions. And one cannot get directly to the doctrine of the Trinity from a straightforward, otherwise unmediated reading of the Bible. And all the things that this creator said is true. If no one had ever explained the Trinity to you, if you had never attended a church that asserted that the Trinity is authoritative, if you did not know about the Trinity, you would not get there just from a straightforward and otherwise unmediated reading of the biblical text. Now, folks who adhere to the Trinity think otherwise, just like folks who adhere to the Immaculate Conception would disagree with this video. Because you already have all the steps in place, you can't unsee those steps. And so all you're looking for is a logical link between the Bible and the doctrine of the Trinity. And if you already know the logic that got you there, then that's going to feel intuitive and natural. And so just like Trinitarians are going to say, nuh-uh, when I point out that you don't get there straight from the Bible, people who adhere to the Immaculate Conception are going to say, nuh-uh, when you say, oh, well, you can't get there directly from the Bible. The same criticism is valid for both these doctrines. And this is why people need to learn to think more critically when they're engaging in apologetics, because frequently what apologetics fails to do is apply the same logic to their own ideologies and dogmas. And the fit for this video has been data over dogma.